What's going on, y'all? It's JD Piquel with On 3 today on the Hard Count. Why are so many playmakers committing to Ohio State? Welcome into the Hard Count, the people's show for every single thing that you know and that you love about college football. It happens here on a nearly daily basis. Nick Brake doing the heavy lifting. You can help drive the show by subscribing to the YouTube channel. We listen to our subscribers. It's a give and take. So subscribe to the channel, tell us what you want to see, and the party will roll on. So Ohio State has made a lot of noise recently, especially on the recruiting trail. It seems like anybody who's capable of catching a pass at an elite level is committing to Ohio State. And so fortunately for us, Director of Recruiting Chad Simmons is the most knowledgeable man on all things recruiting when it comes to college football. And so I texted Chad and I said, Chad, why are all these pass catchers, why are all these ballers committing to Ohio State? And he had some insightful information. But to backtrack a little bit, to tell you what I mean, these are the guys they have committed right now in the 2023 class. Now, their signature for signing day is still pending, but this is who they have in the boat right now. Brandon Inniss, 5-star, wide receiver. Carnell Tate, 5-star, wide receiver. Noah Rogers, a freshly minted 5-star in the On 300. He's also a wide receiver. Bryson Rogers, 4-star, wide receiver. Tight end Jelani Thurman. So even the tight end's getting on the action. He's a 4-star. He's committed to Ohio State. So by my count, that is 5 pass catchers of the 4-star or better variety that are committed to the Buckeyes. So something's attractive about the water in Columbus or whatever it is. There's something going on at Ohio State. So I asked Chad. He gave me some bullet points, if you will. The first bullet point he said, he's like, they just produce at Ohio State. Like the offense and the production you're able to have within that offense at Ohio State is what gets these kids excited. Because when you go play college football, you have dreams of scoring touchdowns. You have dreams of picking up a lot of yards and having big games and things like that. You can put up big stats at Ohio State is I think what I'm trying to say. And the offense caters to that. To prove my point, over the last 4 years, really 3.5 because of that COVID season, there have been 157 passing touchdowns by the starting quarterback at Ohio State, which obviously that's going to somebody. I mean, that's a whole lot of production that's up for grabs for somebody on that offense. So they're scoring points. They scored a lot of points last year, 45 points a game, which was tops in the country. So to sum it all up, this system in itself caters to big numbers for pass catchers. And so if I'm a high school recruit, I want to go where I can go put up big numbers and give myself a chance to go play at the next level. And we'll get to more of that in a minute. The other piece of this, there has been a lot of consistency at Ohio State at the quarterback position. So staying in that same vein, if I want to produce, if I want to have a chance to go play on Sundays, if I want to put up big numbers, I got to have somebody throwing me the rock. And at Ohio State, that is never going to be an issue. Look at the last couple of quarterbacks they've had there. Starting in 2019, Justin Fields transferred in. Dude was a baller. 2020, you got CJ Stroud in that class. You got 2021, Quinn Ewers, who was the number 1 quarterback in his class, was with the Ohio State Buckeyes for a period of time. Devin Brown, 5-star quarterback from 2022. 2023, the verdict is still out who they're going to pick up in that class. Regardless, they're probably set in that quarterback room. And then in 2024, you have the number 1 quarterback in the country in Dylan Raiola. So push comes to shove, you know you have a quarterback at Ohio State. The quarterback will never be the bottleneck at Ohio State in terms of the wide receivers getting the ball. Because that happens at different places. I mean, you commit to a school and you're a highly touted recruit, and it's not your fault you're not seeing the football. You just don't have anybody to throw it to you. At Ohio State, that's never going to be the case because they recruit at an elite level. And then, like I said, the offense itself caters to a quarterback-friendly offense, which ultimately is a wide receiver-friendly offense. Everybody wins. Everybody scores touchdowns. Now, the third point that Chad said, which was really insightful, and I think a lot of people have mentioned this as well, Brian Hartline is getting his guys in the program, and he's probably the best wide receiver recruiter, for my money at least, in college football today. And I think there's a couple of pieces as to why Brian Hartline's able to be successful. Some of it lends itself to the offense. A lot of it lends itself to the quarterback. But Brian Hartline, I think, has a distinct advantage recruiting receivers to Ohio State because he was a wide receiver at Ohio State. He was a 7-year NFL vet. Like, Brian Hartline is what a lot of these guys want to eventually become. He's been to the NFL. He's been to the mountaintop and seen what it's like. He can show these guys the way. And to sit in a recruit's living room and say, I went to Ohio State, and then I played in the NFL as wide receiver, and I'm going to get you there. That holds a lot of weight with kids in high school. That holds a lot of weight if you're telling me that as an 18-year-old that I can do what you did, and you know the way. A lot of coaches talk about, yeah, we'll get you to the NFL, we'll find a way to do it, you know, all this, that, and the other. They have their plan, but to have actually executed the plan and to pass it down to somebody, that holds a lot of weight. Okay, so that's first off. To the other piece, he's proven it. Like, it's not just something that he's talking about that he's done himself. He's proven it. He's had, since he's become the receiver coach, 5 draft picks, 2 of which in this last year were first-round picks in Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. Jameson Williams doesn't really claim Ohio State, but people forget he was at Ohio State as well. Again, he's going to credit Bama for his development and all that, but Brian Hartline recruited him and got him in the boat as well. So there's a blueprint that's laid out. It's not like you're going to come to the school and be the first one to do it in however many years. No. You can join the lineage of elite wide receivers that have been at Ohio State. Okay, so again, these are all points that Chad Simmons has communicated to me in regards to why kids are continuing to pick Ohio State. It's the opportunity to play in a fun, potent offense, consistency at quarterback. That will never be a question for pass catchers at Ohio State. They're going to have somebody throwing them the rock that's capable of getting them the rock. And then ultimately, in the relationship world that is recruiting, to have a guy who has been there, done that, and had other kids that he's gotten to the NFL that have ultimately been there and done that and get you there too, that makes all the difference in the world. Ohio State isn't showing any signs of slowing down soon. That's it for us here on The Hard Count. We appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. I cannot stress that enough. This helps us as we are surging right now, and that's all a credit to y'all subscribing to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at JD Piquel to continue to tell me what you want to see on here. We are going to keep the party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.